Hi, Fee Tui Win here, and welcome back to another segment of Tea with Fee. In this episode, we continue the teachings on tea combat, which was in last week's episode, and I want to share with you a very special personal story at the end to encapsulate the whole teachings of tea combat. So if you have not made yourself your favorite mug of tea, pause the video, go make your tea, come back, snuggle up and relax, and allow us a few minutes to explore the continuation of this teaching together. As I was sharing when the bell chimed in the last Tea with Fee, that sometimes we are the wind howling like crazy, and sometimes we're the mountain, very steady, very calm, amidst the howling wind of our mind or the howling chaos of our life. And so learning to access that mountainous inside of us allows for the howling to occur without necessarily being pulled into the vortex of the howl. The second thing I want to share regarding this beautiful story is the fact that truly the answer is within us. Now, we may need a mentor, we may need a coach, we may need a close friend or a close family member to help remind us of our capacity, ignite that within us, and in the end, the answer, the solution is always from within. And that's the place of our empowerment, our seat of true power. And it's so wonderful to surround ourselves with people who can help remind us of that. You know, the Zen master cannot go into the ring and do the sword fight for the tea ceremony master. Yet the tea ceremony master needed the Zen master to remind him of what he already had, his abilities as a tea ceremony master. And the story I want to share to encapsulate everything here is many years ago, one of my students asked me to work with her daughter. At that time, I believe her daughter was about 8 years old. And I'm going to call her Mary for ease of conversation. So Mary had anxiety issues, a lot of restlessness and anxieties that stemmed from some recent traumas in her life. And one of the manifestations of her anxiety was separation anxiety, where the act of going to school, which used to be such a pleasant experience for her and her mom, became a situation of great distress. And so after the first 2 sessions with Mary, I realized the extent of the restlessness in her mind. And, you know, from time to time in those 2 sessions with her, I would give her little tidbits of wisdom and practice and changes in perspective. But during the 3rd session, I was inspired to engage in this activity with her. I told her that I would be Mary and that she would be her mind. And so I was going to sit down still and be Mary, and as her mind, she could do whatever she wanted, and I was just going to be still. And so she started running around the room, doing different things, and from time to time she would come up and maybe pull my hair or poke me, and I would not give her a response, and she would go off and run and do whatever it was that she felt like she needed to do because of the state her mind was in. And after, I don't know, about 5 minutes or so of her running around and trying to engage me and me not engaging, and then she going off and doing her thing again and coming back and trying something new, some new trick to engage me and me not engaging, finally, she came next to me, sat down, and laid her head on my lap. And the 2 of us sat in quiet for the remainder of the session. And at the end, I was able to share with her that, yes, her mind may have a lot of activity, and she also has the power to sit still and to see the movements in her mind. And years later, I was able to, I had a chance to see her again, and she had grown into a beautiful teenager, engaged in so many, several different creative activities in her life, very rooted, very grounded, and it was so beautiful for me to see her again and to witness her growth and her the fullness of her life. And the story is so beautiful because it reminds us that we're both the wind and the mountain. We're both